Good morning, Shelter Rock, from Queens Pride in Jackson Heights, just around the corner from where I live. My colleague, Victoria Safford, writes, "People ask me sometimes, is this a gay church? It is a privilege to answer. Ours is absolutely, gladly, hopefully, and humbly, gaily, a gay church, a gay tradition where everyone, including heterosexual members and friends, is welcome, where everyone is needed, where everyone's experience is cherished as a sacred text, because no one's experience of living or loving can be comprehensive, because each of us holds clues the others need about how to live with dignity and joy as a human person, and none of us knows enough about that yet to be considered whole. It is absolutely a gay church, even as ours is a gay world, if you would look around. Gay church, straight church, people's church, a human congregation made holy by the holy hopes and fears and dreams of all who wish to come. Come in, we say, come in and come out. Come in. We're all in this together. Thank you, Reverend Safford. My name is David Carl Olson. I serve the Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock, along with Astoria, Queens resident, Reverend Israel Buffardi, and our student minister, Astoria, Queens resident, Madison Colquette. We labor in the care of our lead minister, Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore. Wherever you are on your life journey, you are welcome at Shelter Rock, where we grow our human souls in community together. To learn more about our congregation, please see the welcome desk out in the lobby, speak to one of us who you'll see up front today, and mingle with your questions and your friends during our Sunday cafe in the social hall. Immediately following the service, and after that, members, you're reminded that we will be reconvening here in the worship room and online at 1 p.m. for our annual meeting. And then, I hope, we'll all come down to Jackson Heights to party till we drop. Unitarian Universalists throughout this month will be marching in their local pride parades. We'll be in Port Washington on Saturday the 14th, and maybe next year we'll join Shanti and Roberta and others of our members from Queens and march with a big Shelter Rock banner in Queens Pride. Hey, a gay can hope, right? Welcome to Shelter Rock, friends, and happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Oh, I am grateful, I am happy, I am excited, I am thrilled to be with you here this morning on Pride, on June 1st, on this beautiful, beautiful day. I want to introduce myself. I am Madison Colquette. I am your student minister for the rest of this month before I move on to I don't know where yet. But today I'm very happy to be with you here this morning. I will we will light our chalice this morning with the words of Linda Lee Franson, "The Pride Flame." We light this flame to ignite our hearts and minds, the spark of knowledge that enlightens, the shimmering hope that burns, the blazing love that engulfs our actions, the bonfire of our commitment. We light this flame for those who celebrate themselves, who fear, who hope, who persevere, who stand on the side of love for all. We light this flame for those who have been ridiculed, that they may find peace. For those who have fought to marry, that they may celebrate. For those who live in uncertainty in the world, that they may have hope. We light this flame to renew our commitment that no one shall ever again suffer for the right to love, to be. We light this flame to celebrate our kaleidoscope of diversity, working, loving, and living on the side of love. For this, we light this flame. Sometimes the work is less graceful, but we do it. Please rise in body or in spirit to join us in singing hymn number 170, "We Are a Gentle, Angry People."
Big breath. Let it out. All the energy into your body. Take a breath, I always say, to the side, because you're thinking of all the people with whom you move in the world, all the solidarity we find, all the energy we need, all the energy we share. And the promises we make are so big, from earth to sky. Boldly, we say with one another our words and our song that affirm who we are in this world. Big breath and say with me, love is the doctrine of this congregation, the quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need. This we do affirm and covenant with each other. From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of faith and hope arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung through every land, by every tongue. Please be seated. Shall I?
I now invite Barry Noble to present the Edward Miller Memorial Music Scholarships.
Good morning. In 2005, the Music Committee was looking for a way to continue our talent show tradition, and our current music director, Stephen Michael Smith, came up with the idea of starting a scholarship program to honor the memory of our late music director, Edward Miller. I was committee chair at that time, and I took up Stephen's idea and ran with it. Fortunately, I made the acquaintance of Susan Weber of the Nassau Music Educators Association. It has been her scholarship committee that has enabled us and found for us so many deserving music students over the years. Since our founding, we have distributed over $59,000 in prize money to 35 deserving music students graduating from 24 different high schools in Nassau County. Thank you. Funding comes from you, the members and friends of this congregation. Thank you for your generous contributions. I hope to see you at our next fundraising event, the Cabaret at Shelter Rock, on the evening of Saturday, November 1st. A big thank you to all those who make the scholarship possible, most notably Suzanne Viverito and Richard Bach, members of our Music and Performing Arts Committee, and our choir, Stephen, and our ministers. A special thank you to the Nassau Music Educators Association Scholarship Committee and its chair, our longtime collaborator and friend Susan Weber, and today, Nassau Music Educator Association President-elect, Mary Eileen McNamee. Susan and Mary are here today. Could you please come up? Nolan and Bradley, please come up also. Nolan and Bradley are each receiving $1,700 today. Nolan Farrelly is graduating Mineola High School, where he plays tuba and sousaphone. He participated with the National Association for Music Education's All-Eastern Honors Concert Band, the New York State School Music Association's All-State Wind Ensemble, the New York State Band Directors Association's Honor Band, and the Nassau Music Educators Association's All-County Band, and the Nassau-Suffolk Performing Arts Wind Symphony. He has toured with Sunrisers Drum and Bugle Corps and sang regularly in the Church of Our Savior Lutheran. At Mineola, Nolan participates in concert band, marching band, wind ensemble, pit orchestra, pep band, jazz band, and a cappella group. He has served as vice president of the local Triumph Music Honor Society, and he gives private music lessons. Nolan will attend Hofstra University for music education, or maybe the Royal Irish Academy of Music for music performance. I root for the latter, don't you? Bradley Armand is graduating from Westbury High School, where he plays tuba, sousaphone, and snare drum. Bradley has won many honors: the New York State School Music Association's All-State Honors Festival, the All Long Island Wind Symphony, and the Metropolitan Youth Orchestra, where he served as principal tubist. At Westbury, Bradley participates in, here, take another deep breath, symphonic band, pit orchestra, and pep band. He played snare drum with the Westbury's Dragon Marching Band. He served as president of Westbury's Triumph Music Honor Society. Bradley will attend SUNY Purchase in the fall, majoring in both psychology and music. Congratulations, Nolan and Bradley. Okay, we're done, right? No further.
Thank you for being here.
People sometimes ask, is pride a protest or a party? And the answer is, of course, yes. And why not? Why not rejoice as we resist, dance as we demand change, celebrate as we create community that delights in all of who we are? So bring all of that with you this morning. Bring your policy demands. Bring your glitter. Bring your Supreme Court broken heart. Bring your rainbow socks. Bring the emptiness you feel for your siblings gone too soon. Bring your Gloria Estefan remix. Bring your tender hope for change. Bring your most garnished eyeshadow. Bring your spirit, tattered and battered by a world that seems insistent on choosing fear and hate. Gather up all these things and bring them here to a place we don't have to shoulder burdens or celebrate the joys alone. Come, let us worship together.
This morning, we also ask that you bring your generosity. Each Sunday, we share an opportunity toward living our Unitarian Universalist values in the world by acts of generosity. This month, we are invited to support the Parent Resource Center involved in supporting a wide range of affordable programs and services for the families in our community. The PRC's outreach program provides developmentally appropriate early childhood classes and enriching experiences to economically eligible families and their children from the Port Washington community and surrounding areas. The PRC needs our help to keep their programs affordable for all families in our community. You may give using the QR code in your order of service, on PayPal, or by dropping cash or check in the collection box in the lobby. Please give generously as you are able.
Reverend Olson and Madison asked me to speak a little bit about my culture and what it means to Pride Month. And I am honored to share the gifts of being in a culture that embraces being two-spirited. James Baldwin said, and I quote, "Not all those who wander are lost." This quote can be used to acknowledge the journey of self-discovery and acceptance that many two-spirited individuals experience. There are some individuals that never heard of the term two-spirited or don't really understand what it means. Two-spirited. There are fewer things that bring me more happiness than acknowledging my existence, my people's existence, which, as queerness and gender variation, has always been indigenous. The words like trans, queer, lesbian, gay, non-binary, identifiers that feel fine with me. However, two-spirited speaks to the indigenous individual of their very existence and goes deeper than gender, identity, or sexuality. Rather than describe one specific two-spirit gender, the phrase encompasses the various traditional gender roles beyond men and women that have existed in various Native communities for centuries. Prior to colonization, two-spirited people often held positions of great importance within the community, sometimes as healers, spiritual leaders, or other revered rules. The colonizers tried to stamp us out by targeting, criminalizing, and killing our ancestors. However, the two-spirit organizers have been resisting and maintaining sacred traditions, and this spanned from North America to South America and beyond. It's all about resistance, resilience, and pride. Through our spirit, we need to open our hearts to joys of everyday's life challenges. Being two-spirited, being in the LGBTQIA+ community holds many life challenges every day. We must remind ourselves that we are loved no matter how much the world tries to hold us down or tell us we're invisible or we're no one or we're nothing. No one can separate us from our presence. Two-spirited people are unique. Our spiritual practice contributes to our world. This month, we're asking for wisdom and understanding for ourselves so that we can celebrate and embrace the diversity of two people, the two-spirited people, and of all LGBTQIA plus individuals. We pray for justice and equality, for all that our hearts be open to love and acceptance. I ask that we come together as a community, as a people, to acknowledge and give thanks for the two-spirited people within your community, our community, and the world. Acknowledge their sacredness, their unique gifts, and rich history they contributed to, and hold them within your heart. We pray for the two-spirited to have strength and courage to live authentically, free of judgment, discrimination, and to be proud. Pray for the blessings of peace, healing, and joy in their hearts. May we, as a community, pray that our world will be a place where all LGBTQIA plus people are embraced, celebrate. Everyone who identifies as queer, gay, lesbian, non-binary, let them be heard. Tell them they are valued and loved. Not just for today, not just for the month of June, but for 365 days a year.
It's kind of amazing that people can be part of this community from all over the world. Just so grateful that Winterflower is able to be with us and to serve as a worship associate. I'm going to ask your permission to offend the compass and to assert that this direction is north, that direction is south, that there's east and that's west. I'm sorry, compass, I'm sorry. I'm going to ask you, if you will, to rise with me in body and spirit and to face the east, the ritual east, which we'll call that direction. I ask you to take a deep breath, to take in the energy of the east, the energy of sunrise, the energy of the beginnings of new things. To imagine those first thoughts about personhood, first thoughts about sexuality, first thoughts about gender, the growing awareness. Just as the sun rises and the day grows, our own awareness grows about what might be possible. Our first experimentation with the way we present ourselves. Our first attempts to find safety. Our first sense of finding kindred. We breathe in the energy of the east, of the beginnings of things. And then we turn gently to face the south. Breathe in the energy of noontime, the fullness of the day, the richness of a busy life, the fact that morning in the world has given way to this bright sunrise where we find ourselves in our valuable work, find ourselves in our spirit. We find ourselves in the temporary truth that makes sense for us right now as we move in the world. We breathe in the energy of differentiation, even as we acknowledge the energy of solidarity, as we are with one another, standing in the sunlight with one another, not just finding ourselves, but being ourselves. We take in that breath, that energy, and turn gently to face the west. We take in the energy of the west, the setting of the sun, the completion of the task, the end of the day. We hope, too, that the energy of the west is the energy of the wisdom that we have acquired in the living of our lives. It's a time where we are reflecting on those first insights, reflecting on the things we learned in our living, acknowledging, too, that perhaps we made some mistakes along the way. But at the end of the day, we grant ourselves forgiveness, and not just ourselves. We grant each other forgiveness. We are generous with all we have learned, with all that we have been. We imagine even that our grandparents are sitting on the porch, welcoming us home. In some of the words of a religious tradition, the welcome is, "Well done, thou good and faithful." And if indeed not everything was accomplished in this day, we have gratitude at the end of the day that we know another day will come tomorrow, and maybe we'll have a chance once more to be the people we want to be, we ought to be, we hope to be. We are blessed to be with one another. As we gently turn and face the north, and we take in the energy of the night sky, the energy of timelessness, the energy of eternity, the expanse before us. When we pay attention, we notice that the stars are not just stars, they're galaxies. And from our particular position, they seem to dance around one central point, that North Star which guides us, that North Star that equips us, that North Star that is the home of all of our ancestors, and in some traditions is the home, too, of the yet unborn. With gratitude, we breathe in that cool evening energy. We breathe in the energy of memory, all those times we walked on the beach and could see forever, all the times we stood by the mountainside and could see forever, all the times that we were just in a place of looking up at the sky and seeing forever and imagining all that is beyond us, and yet all that can come into us through our imagination, through our connection with each other, through our connection with the earth. We take a deep breath and let that energy pass through our bodies as it likewise passes through our lives. We come to a moment now where we are invited with one another to come forward to the candle box and in silence to come and to light your own candle, to light the candle of your own pride, to light the candle of the complexity of your life, the complexity of our life, and yet the oneness of everything, which is at the center of our faith. We're so pleased to invite to this pulpit Rebecca Goldapper, who is an activist in Nassau County, works largely with the Civil Liberties Union, and is a friend of our congregation. Will you give Rebecca a warm welcome with me?
Hello, folks. First of all, thank you so much for welcoming me. As was said, my name is Becca Goldapper. I'm a teacher. I teach high school English in Glen Cove. And as was said, I volunteer with the New York Civil Liberties Union and Gender Equality New York and the Long Island Roller Rebels. Although today I'm not here speaking on behalf of any of those. I'm just speaking as myself. And, you know, a couple of things about myself. I love my wife and my cat. I love drawing and playing video games. And I'm a trans woman, right? And that's the thing about being trans. It's a part of me, and listen, it's a big part of me, but it's just a part of me. I'm a human being first and foremost, just like you and just like everyone you know. You know, one of the things that I always say when I'm giving a speech like this or writing about things like this, I think about, if you remember Sesame Street when we were all small, and there was the song like, "Who is a person in your neighborhood?" And trans people are just people in your neighborhood like everybody else, right? They're regular people who you might meet every day. Everybody is different, and that's what makes us so great. Trans people are just people. So what does it mean to be trans, right? I mean, I'll keep the definition really basic, but it means that a trans person is a person who identifies with a gender that they were not assigned at birth. So for instance, when I was born, right, the doctor said to Myrna Goldapper, you know, "Congratulations, Myrna, it's a boy." And that was how I lived my life for some years. And then I realized that I was not a boy, or I guess a man, and I realized that I was a woman. My gender today is different than the one I was assigned at birth. Now, there's some other definitions. You're going to hear these terms a lot, not only in the rest of my speech, but also just, I'm sure, throughout Pride Month. Maybe you've already heard them. But cisgender people are basically, I mean, the simple way is to say that they're people who are not trans, but it's people who do identify with the gender that they were assigned at birth. And non-binary people, I am not non-binary, but non-binary is a part of the transgender community. Non-binary people are people who identify with neither gender, neither male nor female. Now, trans people have become such a big focus of so much discourse in the nation and the world today. But trans adults only make up about 1.6% of the population of adults in the United States. There's been a lot of talk about trans children. Our data on children is not as specific, but I can say that from my research, only about 0.1% of children in the US receive medical care for their transition needs. And this is what so many people are choosing to focus on. You know, I came out when I was 29 years old, and some people come out when they're much younger, like children. Some people come out when they're much, much older. But coming out is an act that comes from a place of self-acceptance and self-understanding. It comes from a desire to be who we truly are, not faking anything, not playing pretend or dress up, but being who we know ourselves to be. Trans people are willing to sacrifice so much to be ourselves. And we have a remarkable ability, a blessing, if you ask me, to know that truth. So many people don't know who they truly are, and trans people do. You know, like I was saying, I'm not here to talk politics. That's not my job today. But it's truly an unprecedented time of hatred against trans people here in the United States. There have been a number of laws, both on the federal and on many state levels, limiting access to life-saving health care, laws preventing free movement of trans people. There's been hatred, there's been exclusion. Trans folks like me are called dangerous when all we want to do is live our life and live our truth. Again, I'm not here to talk politics. We can talk politics outside of the church setting later if you'd like. But I do want you to understand the context here, because trans people are still here, even despite all of this. Every day, someone comes out as trans, still, despite this. Every day, someone who is trans wakes up and says, I am still trans, despite all of this. And if there was ever any doubt that trans people are who they say they are, which there shouldn't have been, but if there ever was any doubt that trans people are who they say they are, the fact that we are still doing this, even when it would be so much safer to hide, to give up, should be proof that this is real. I can't go back. I can't hide, because I have experienced the wonderful, complete euphoria of truly knowing who I am, which is all I could ever want for anybody, cisgender or transgender. But that's why I do this. That's why I speak at these events. You know, I know a couple of you actually saw me at the rally we had in Mineola yesterday. I do this because I want you all to see the joy that we trans people feel just from living our lives like everyone else. I'm not here to destroy society, despite what some people would say. I'm here to live in society and to live fully in society as a genuine and happy person. So maybe some of you have trans people in your life. You know, 1.6% of people doesn't feel like a big number, but when you consider how many people you know, it's pretty likely that you know a couple. And I know a lot of people, a lot of well-meaning cisgender people come up to me all the time and say, Becca, how can I help trans people in my life? What can I do, right? So a couple of quick things that I can say, right? First of all, given all the hatred that I talked about before, given all of the negative things being said about us in the media, by politicians, by so many individuals, you should be honored that a trans person in your life trusts you enough to let you know that they are trans. If a child comes out to you and says, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, I'm trans, you should be honored that they trust you and they think of you as someone who's safe. You should be honored to get to know someone truly and fully like that. You should call trans people what they want to be called, both names and pronouns. Pronouns are not a big deal, guys. We all have them, right? We all use pronouns. It's extremely difficult to talk without using them, right? And it's not our job to question what other people wish to be called. In the same way that, you know, if I met someone and they were like, hi, my name is Steven, I wouldn't go like, wait, are you sure your name isn't Harvey? It's just not how we address people in any sphere. And the same thing applies to trans people. I don't want anyone telling me, wait, you're Becca? That's not what this is about, right? If it is a child or a student who you're responsible for, let them experiment and try new things. Harmless new things like try a new name for a day, try on new clothes, do a different activity, see how it feels. It's not your job to try to encourage them that this is just a phase or something like that. Because for so many of us, for all trans people, it's not just a phase. Again, it's who we genuinely are. And if you're responsible for that child, try to look for medical professionals who are experts in this kind of care. There are so many here on Long Island alone who would be so eager to help you make sure that the person in your life is happy and healthy and safe. And be willing to learn new things. You know, there was a time that I didn't know what a trans person was, and I learned something new. But there was also a time that I didn't know what the weather cycle was, and I had to learn something new too. Learning new things is good. It's what we want. It's why I'm a teacher. But accept that even as much as you learn, You may never fully know the interior life of another person. And that's not just true of trans people, that's true of all of us once again. I don't know the truth that you live. You don't have to fully understand what it feels like for me to be a trans woman to be able to appreciate and understand my needs and the beauty that I can contribute to the world. And as always, do what my friend, Gender Equality New York chairwoman Julie Gray Owens says: when trans people are under attack, stand up, fight back. We see you and we appreciate you and we need your help. I'm so glad you guys all came to listen to me today, and thank you so much for giving me this time to speak. I want to thank everybody here for giving me this opportunity. If I leave you with one thing, it's the place where I started, that trans people are just people in your neighborhood, like everyone else. Every person in this room is different, and we're all just part of the beautiful rainbow that is existence. Thank you.
For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my parents' womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. Psalm 139:13, verse 13 through 14. In a story from the collection, The Book of Queer Prophets, Irish poet Padre Otuma shares his own journey of religious reconciliation and defiant joy, writing, "Somewhere along the way, I learned that the Bible was less a manual for keeping out of hell and more a library for the living. Whatever the future, it told stories of people who had the courage to live now. These people survived, they changed, they made rituals to mark the horror that had broken them. They lived." In this vast landscape of language, there was an argument about what God meant, and that argument welcomed all kinds of people. Otuma writes, "When people said hateful things about LGBTQIA+ people and justified it with the Bible, I believed it revealed more about them than the Bible." I grew up in a beach town in southern Alabama, and my family and I were very active in our local Southern Baptist evangelical congregation. And I learned very early that queerness, though I didn't have that word then, in all its forms was not only unwelcome, but actively campaigned against. God's love and the church's, and I believe that my family's love was conditional. Much later in my life, when my partner Jane and I announced our engagement, a family member said that she wouldn't attend my gay wedding because she didn't think her 8-year-old son was old enough to see that. See what? Love? Commitment? Joy? She said, "I love Madison, but I don't think I'm ready to see that either." If you love someone despite who they are, is that love? My own reconciliation with religious harm and my practicing of defiant joy has led me here. My being queer and my commitment to justice, equity, and interdependence is integral to my own faith journey and to my ministerial journey. My theology is continuously being shaped by my engagement with the Spirit, or what theologian Liam M. Hooper calls the something more beyond me, that craves for the thriving of each of us. Our Unitarian Universalist values have shaped and continue to shape my understanding of the divine humanity in each individual being. And even more vitally, our sources affirm humanity's sacred interdependence. I cannot live my full embodied life if my trans neighbor is not able to live their full embodied life. I cannot stand by and benefit from a system that targets and harms and seeks to control gender-transcendent persons' bodies and lives and spirits. My own liberation from religious harm is meaningless if other LGBTQIA two-spirit and trans beings are oppressed under the weight of imperialist, weaponized religion and government. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my parents' womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. That again is Psalm 139. Why is Pride a protest and a party? Because it holds both truths, the struggle for justice and the celebration for survival. Pride began as a protest at the Stonewall riots in June 1969. It honors that protest, that spirit of survival, and it celebrates the beauty, strength, and diversity of LGBTQIA+ identities and experiences. A celebration of living full, embodied, and joyful lives. One of our own congregational leaders, Mary Ellen Pierce, explained it as, we are defiant to keep hold our own joy. To our queer elders who have gone before us, to Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, James Baldwin, Gladys Bentley, Stormé DeLarvery, and countless others, we celebrate you, we honor you, and we thank you. May you rest in peace. And to our queer, lesbian, gay, transgender, expansive, and gender transcendent beloveds, may you live in joyful, defiant peace. I celebrate you, I honor you, and I love you. I love you. Amen. Would you please remain standing and join in this spirit to sing hymn number 1018, Come and Go With Me.
Can we dance?
Please. As a benediction, I lift up this offering from the Reverend Micah Busey, Senior Minister of Judson Memorial Church in Manhattan. Be the glitter you wish to see in the world. Blessed be.
Before we extinguish the chalice, I just want to acknowledge even the flowers are rainbow. Hear these words of encouragement from Cricket Hall. May the drag stage rise to meet you.
May the world rise to accept and embrace you.
May the rainbow of love enfold you.
May your fluidity never be hindered.
May your pronouns always be supported and your dead name forgotten.
May those you invite into your life remain loyal.
May your chosen family lift you up and catch you when you need it.
May you be able to catch others when they need it.
May you remember sensitivity is not weakness, but instead great strength welling up inside you.
And until we meet again, may you remember that you are loved and you are divine. Thank you.
Thank you.